Let's first define account groups. Now, what are account groups? You already know. Account groups are basically you maintain um, various account groups for vendors. Now, vendors can be material vendors, service vendors, foreign vendors, local vendors, bank vendors, employee vendors, or consultants, anyone that gives services to the company. Okay, let's say we have C45 champion CM local vendor CMLV. Okay, save it. CMLV exists. CM local vendor. I guess we made this. Okay, CMLV. Next step is to assign number ranges. Why do we assign number ranges? Let me tell you that. Vendor account groups. Now groups are local vendor, foreign vendor, bank vendor, employee vendor. Each of these account groups can have their own number ranges. Okay. Now number ranges can be like 100 to 199. And this can be 800 to 899. Depending on the category that you're choosing, you can set a different account number. Okay. So this is just an example. So process in SAP is vendor in FI is given a name. We have already done that. And plus number range. Now, there is another centralized area or module, which is cross application module. Okay, where we have groupings with numbering range. Now, why do we need these groupings and numbering ranges? Oh, you didn't see all this. Okay. This is what I've actually told. Vendor account groups, they have numbering range, local vendor, foreign vendor, bank vendor, employee vendor, or material vendor. Okay. So vendor management is done in FI, but vendor is not created in FI, but it is created in centralized area module, which is cross application module, which integrates FI, MM, banking, and many other modules. So groupings, there are groupings and number ranges in cross application module. Now these groupings are actually working with business partner roles, business partner categories, business partner groups. Now what is role? FI vendor can be MM vendor as well. Okay. Categories, local vendor, foreign vendor, bank vendor, and so on. Okay. And groups can be logistics vendor, HVAC vendors. Now these are groups. So each group can have their own characteristics and the roles can be different. Okay. So when we, let's say, give a foreign vendor which has a numbering range, let's say 800 to 899, same number range should be available in cross application module which will have groupings, and groupings will be same CMLV or FV, whatever. Okay, CMLV, and it will have number range same, because cross application now creates business partners. Okay, so FI plus cross application both align their vendor groups so that cross application can synchronize vendor management. Okay, so let's do that. Now next step is create number range intervals, and we selected LO. We have external number range selected here, which means this number range will not be created here in FI, but it will be managed and created by cross application. So we will use LO. You can create your own, but you will have to find that number range. Okay. Let's go to CMLV. CMLV is 0LO. Save. Now we are done with this. Now let's get back to cross application components. Now in cross application components, we have so many areas like document management, CAD integration, plant data, bank directory, and we have business partner. This is our area. Master data, business partner, basic settings, number range and groupings. Define number ranges. We have page down LO 5020 and 50299. Okay, 219 is the last number used. So now it will have 220, 500, 220 for your vendor. Okay. Now, number range, define groupings, CMLV. CMLV is not there. New entries, CMLV, that is champion local local vendor. Okay, or let's say it's not C45 vendor. C45 champion local vendor. Number range will be LO. LO. Okay. Enter, save, and save. So in FI, we have account group, and in cross application, we have grouping. We have to join. We have to join account group with grouping. Same number and same number. Okay. This is the process. CMLV, we have CMLV LO. Okay, now comes in master data synchronization, customer vendor integration, business partner settings for vendor integration, field assignment, assign keys, define number ranges. Okay, now over here, this is account group, grouping, and this is account group. New CMLV from cross application, and group is CMLV, CM local vendor. Same numbers, it has to be checked, save, and save. Okay, now let's create master data. Business partner, BP. Organization. Okay, first we will create a general, very ordinary, just details, but we will also CM. This was C45 champion local vendor. This is the grouping from cross application. Okay. Okay, let's say material supplies. Or say C45, C45. This search term is very important. I'll tell you why. 53720 PKIS. Okay. English. Save. Okay, 500 to 20. This is the number I told you it will actually create. So we are doing it correct. Okay. Now business partner ordinary has been made. Switch between display and change. FI vendor. Now this is the role. We are changing the role from ordinary to FI vendor. Now it will show company code. Company code C45 champion group, and it wants a reconciliation account. So we go and create a reconciliation account. Right? C45, 60,000. 60,000 sort key is very important for reconciliation. Purchase order. Your vendor, your purchase order, your material stock account will have the reference of purchase order along with payment advice. Okay. And it will reconcile all of it. So sort key plays a very important role. Then we will have save.
Is there any specific keys for every transactions?
Sorry.
हर ट्रांजैक्शन की शॉर्ट की अलग अलग है? या वो खुद हम खुद डिफाइन करेंगे?
In material, usually you take a purchase order as a reconciliation item. Okay. Okay. Now we have created one business partner. It has a role for FI, and now it will have a role for MM. How? I will just change the role over here. Okay. Switch between display and change. And I will go to MM vendor. And over here, I'll go to purchasing. In purchasing, I will have a plant, C or purchase organization, which is the same. Does not exist. We have not created it. Okay, let's create it. Bureau, enterprise. C45, it's already made. That's good. Save. This was definition. We defined it. Now we will assign it. Assign purchasing to company code and plant. C45, C45. Save, save. New entries, purchase organization, C45, C45. Save, save. Now I go back to C45. Oh, what is this? C45. Okay, C45 is that. 003 is payment terms. Invoice, GR-based invoice verification. Schema group 01 and save. So same business partner with different roles. Okay. This is how you create a vendor. So we have created MM vendor, FI vendor, and a generalized business partner. Okay. So generalized business partner will have bank details, name, ID card, license number, and so on. But FI vendor will have payment terms, reconciliation account, and things like that. We've done this. Let's move on to the next part. Next part is material management, material master, material, create general, immediately MM01, industry sector, chemical, material type, champion ROH, select use, organization levels, plant C45, enter. Okay, material must be set productive for valuation area. Okay, let's do that. Global settings. Ledger. Parallel valuation. Parallel accounting. No. What was that? Maintain currency profile. Currency and valuation. What is this currency and valuation? Let me tell you first. Let me create it. C45. Okay, it already exists. Assign currency to controlling area. 45. Okay, it's already assigned. Material ledger settings. These are some necessary steps, very necessary. C45 is already here. Manual. Valuation area. Position C45. Material ledger is active. Activate valuation areas. C45 is active, but still price determination is binding in valuation area. Save. Right. OMX2. OMX3.